Subscribe. MTL World at Mittel World 1 YouTube channel. Swallowed Star 2 Origin Continent. Chapter 259 The Punishment of the Thunder Ancestor. 38th of Volume 6. The Thunder Ancestor sat on the ground with a cold look in his eyes. He can spy on my secluded sleeping place and transmit messages. The Thunder Ancestor pondered. Yang Feng. The Thunder Ancestor, using a communication talisman, transmitted his voice over a distance. How much do you know about the Lord of the Galaxy? What happened? Ancestor Yang Feng said in confusion, I have never dealt with the Lord of the Galaxy, and the information I know is also the public information that you all know. Just now, he actually transmitted his voice directly to my secluded sleeping place. The Thunder Ancestor said solemnly. The Yang Feng Ancestor was also shocked when he heard this. When they ventured outside the origin world, they had to fight with powerful people from billions of other worlds, as well as many low-level Xuanhuan creatures. Therefore, they all attached great importance to the safety of their living places, and there are naturally many secret treasures and various protective formations in the cave. No matter it is the Yang Feng Ancestor or the Thunder Ancestor, they must have to carefully protect the place where they are in seclusion and sleeping. To take such a step, he must have obtained an extremely powerful treasure. Do you mean the truly top-tier secret treasure in the infinite space? Yang Feng Ancestor also guessed it. The Infinite Space Treasury, with treasures worth at least 100,000 reward points, is very famous even outside the origin world. Many semi-Xuanhuan beings spare no expense to purchase such treasures. But treasures like this are too difficult to obtain. Like Emperor Ming, who has accumulated over 110,000 reward points through his outstanding performance in spiritual willpower. But the realm of the Great Tao is the foundation. Emperor Ming, without hesitation, exchanged for the inheritance that suited him best. So the remaining reward points were not enough to exchange for the treasure worth at least 100,000 reward points. For the Emperor Ming himself, this was also the most suitable choice. His understanding of the Tao was relatively weak, which in another term could be called enlightenment, and even with the guidance of top-tier inheritances, the assistance of royal resources, and under his super-strong spiritual will, he could not comprehend the complete Tao. Therefore, he chose to practice the Xuanhuan bloodline, which was much easier to tap into than comprehending the Great Tao. Although the Emperor Ming had not reached the ultimate realm, in one-on-one combat, he could even kill most emperors and monarchs. Thunder Ancestor, at the time, had only accumulated a few tens of thousands of reward points. Yang Feng Ancestor, on the other hand, barely exceeded 100,000 reward points, but similarly in terms of inheritance. Luo Feng accumulated over 200,000 reward points before he could exchange for Eye of Life and Death. I heard that most of the truly top-tier secret treasures of the infinite space are prohibited from being taken out of the origin world. The Yang Feng Ancestor transmitted. The few that can be taken out of the origin world are generally not carried by those practitioners. The secret treasures that can be traded in the outside world are generally those worth tens of thousands of reward points. Those worth over 100,000 reward points are extremely rare. Even if there are trades, they wouldn't involve the two of us. Looking across the numerous origin worlds and billions of other worlds, where various powerful beings gather, the Yang Feng Ancestor and the Thunder Ancestor seem ordinary. Yes, such treasures are generally prohibited from being taken out of the origin world. Even within the origin world, we can't do anything to this galaxy lord. The Thunder Ancestor felt itchy, he was truly envious. Compared to the special life remains and the secret techniques passed down by the Yuan, the treasures worth at least 100,000 reward points in the infinite space are the most special. It's just that it's rare for even one to emerge in every era. Since he dares to openly reveal this method, he isn't afraid of us keeping an eye on him. The Yang Feng Ancestor said. He revealed it publicly, I guess. He can't take this treasure with him. The Thunder Ancestor agreed with his friend's guess. Why did he come to you? The Yang Feng Ancestor asked. It's about the Bai Mo and Lan Duo. The Thunder Ancestor briefly explained the matter. The Yang Feng Ancestor understood. They say that the Lord of the Galaxy is vengeful against evil, and it's true. He must wanted to kill the Bai Mo and Lan Duo, but since they are both on Thunder Mountain, the Lord of the Galaxy can't kill them, so he asked you to deal with them. Shall I handle it? The Thunder Ancestor asked upon hearing this, if he can't kill them, then let me kill them. The decision is yours. The Yang Feng Ancestor transmitted. If you kill them, I believe he will remember your favor. If you don't kill them, the Galaxy Lord is vengeful and won't let it go easily. The Thunder Ancestor laughed and said, you're right, the decision is mine. Thunder Mountain, inside the ancient Grand Hall. Ancestor. The 8 monarchs knelt respectfully, not daring to raise their heads to look directly at the one above them. The Thunder Ancestor looked down with cold eyes. He had all kind of emotions towards the Lord of the Galaxy, such as fear, anger, dissatisfaction, and jealousy. However, in front of the monarchs kneeling before him at this moment, he couldn't feel any emotions at all. Bai Mo, Lan Duo, do you two admit your crimes? Thunder Ancestor said calmly. The Lord Bai Mo and the Lord Landuo felt a shiver in their hearts upon hearing this, and they just felt confused. The reason they dared to plunder within the territory of the Thunder Ancient Kingdom is precisely because they understand the Ancestor's temperament very well. The Ancestor is aloof and detached. Even these monarchs do not care much about the death of an ordinary royal god king, let alone the Thunder Ancestor. As for the countless beings within the ancient kingdom, as long as they do not affect the fate of the entire kingdom, the Ancestor is too lazy to bother. The creatures they have plundered so far occupy about 1/20th of the wilderness area, and with a little more time, they will naturally repopulate. Confess your crime. Although the Lord Bai Mo and the Lord Landuo had many thoughts, at this moment, they responded respectfully without hesitation, not daring to utter a word of refutal. If they were to refute, they would probably be turned into ashes in an instant. The consequence would be far more severe than plundering countless lives. Since you acknowledge your guilt, starting today, the two of you will go to the Tianzhu realm. Either obtain a piece of special life remains or acquire a natural treasure. The Thunder Ancestor said calmly. If you can't accomplish this, then you will face annihilation along with the entire origin continent. Bai Mo, Lan Duo were confused. If you can't get the treasure, you have to die. Even if one chooses reincarnation, when the origin continent returns to extinction, they will still die. Yes. The White Demon and Lord Landuo were very pained and unwilling, but they could only obediently obey the orders. The Thunder Ancestor glanced at the two of them coldly, and then vanished from the throne into thin air. These two monarchs are excellent tools he has cultivated, how could he bear to kill them off casually? Naturally, he would exploit their abilities. If he could obtain a piece of special life remains, that would be a huge profit. Getting a piece of innate secret treasure would also be a small profit. Bai Mo, Lan Duo, you two can plunder in the borderlands, but to plunder within our ancient kingdom. Now that the Ancestor is punishing you severely, you two should repent well. You two, you're being too reckless. The other monarchs showed no sympathy whatsoever. The Bai Mo and Lan Duo didn't say a word and turned to leave the Grand Hall. Huyang City, the quiet room of the City Lord's mansion, inside the Star Tower. The Eye of Life and Death, on Luo Feng's forehead opened, gazing at Thunder Mountain from afar. In his observation he can see the past at different points in time. Countless past time points worlds. It seems to form a continuous, vast video. Luo Feng can easily observe these pasts, like the passage of a wild goose. Mark. All past experiences leave marks in space-time. The stronger the power, the stronger the self-concealment. Generally, mastering the complete Tao provides perfect self-concealment. However, Luo Feng's Eye of Life and Death is a higher-level observation ability of the Xuanhuan life that transcends the confines of the cage. Even from the Thunder Ancestor and the Yangfeng Ancestor, Luo Feng could still glimpse some traces. Of course, through the communication of the summons, Luo Feng couldn't eavesdrop. Luo Feng observed the past time point and quickly discovered the scene where the Thunder Ancestor summoned the monarchs in the Grand Hall at the highest point of Thunder Mountain. Send those two to the Tianzhu realm, force them to obtain the remnants of special life forms, or innate treasures. Luo Feng frowned. As for their subordinates, not a single one was punished. Previously, while he looked through the memories of the Juchen God King, he saw countless memories, with countless beings being sent to Lord Landuo. The Landuo monarch opens his mouth and devours countless beings. Those scenes had long since incited Luo Feng's killing intent. He had already decided to kill the two of them. However, he was also very troubled under the protection of Thunder Mountain, so he contacted the Thunder Ancestor. Luo Feng shook his head gently. Forget it, forget it. It's better to rely on oneself than to rely on others. I'll just do it myself. Doing it myself, even though I'm not confident. But, we have to give it our all. For the countless beings that have been devoured. For the sake of the future, the powerful beings of the origin continent will no longer dare to recklessly devour living beings. Luo Feng decided to go all out this time. At any cost. Whoosh. Whoosh. Two figures crossed the vast distance and arrived at one of the sacred places, the Tianzhu realm. It's all because of you. The Lan Duo monarch said angrily. Because of your instigation, I acted with you, and who would have thought this time it would provoke the ancestors' wrath? You took all the benefits, and now you're blaming me. The Bai Mo Lord sneered. At least you, the Lan Duo Lord, still have a clone on Thunder Mountain. I don't have any clones, I have to venture into the depths of the Tianzhu realm in my true form. When the origin continent returns to extinction, and I don't get the treasure, I will die too, right? The Lan Duo monarch is very unwilling. As a monarch, he could have left the origin continent and ventured out into the outside world. No one forced you to plunder billions of lives and devour billions of lives. The Bai Mo Lord said disdainfully. They were talking as they entered the entrance to the Tianzhu realm. At the entrance of the Tianzhu realm, both ancient nations had stationed guardians, and the guardian of the Yangfeng ancient nation was none other than Luo Feng. That's the Luo he God King. The Bai Mo Lord and the Lan Duo Lord glanced at Luo Feng in the distance, too lazy to say more. Both of them were in a bad mood at the moment. Huh. The two monarchs flew towards the depths of the Tianzhu realm. Luo Feng sat cross-legged there, responsible for guarding, and just glanced at the two monarchs. Finally they are here. At the same moment. Huyang City. They have arrived at the Tianzhu realm. Luo Feng looked at them from afar with the eye of life and death at the center of his eyebrows opened. Wu. One step. The first step, Luo Feng arrived at the entrance to the Tianzhu realm. In the second step, Luo Feng forcefully broke through the two ancient country formations blocking the entrance to the Tianzhu realm and appeared before the Bai Mo Lord and the Lan Duo Lord. The man in the silver robe with a golden face appeared before them. They couldn't help but feel a chill in their heart. Blank. End of chapter. Subscribe. MTL World at MTL World 1 YouTube channel.